Is Yuke's famed wrestling developer finally done with wrestling games? They just announced a new game that they helped make, and it's called Full Metal Schoolgirl, and it's coming out on Switch 2 and the PlayStation 5, and probably other systems. I'm guessing PC also, but this got me thinking. I'm like, wait a minute. So they have Double Dragon, and now they have this game, both coming out this year. That pretty much means that they haven't been working on the sequel to AEW. I don't know why they would. I mean, the way the first one went, I would take a break from wrestling games if I was them. Not just because of that, but I don't know. When you make wrestling games, since I'm looking on the SmackDown Hotel here, and they've made, it says 34 games made by Yuke's wrestling games. And their first one was way back November 14th of 1996. So they've been making wrestling games for a very long time. So maybe they just want to take a little break. I know they've made like some of the EDF games, Earth Defense Force. I know they've made other stuff also. They're, what was that? Real Steel, the robot one. That one was actually really fun. Kind of wish that was on a newer console. If you haven't played that, try it out. It's actually a really, really fun game. Combat's really good. But it just had me thinking, I'm like, maybe they're just taking a break from wrestling. I mean, they're not working for WWE. They're not working for AEW. I don't think they're going to go work for New Japan, because I don't think they want to make a game. If they did, it wouldn't have global appeal, even though the internet is a thing and everybody knows about New Japan Pro Wrestling now. Maybe it would sell well, but I don't think anything's ever going to sell as well as the 2K series. It doesn't matter how good it is or what the company's doing, unless AEW can right the ship and become this mass wrestling company like it was starting to be until the whole Punk situation. I don't think a wrestling game made by AEW, no matter who makes it, it's just not gonna sell. You could have the best gameplay, could have an awesome roster. I just don't think it's gonna sell. It's like people are so used to the 2K series that I just don't think it would sell. Because I mean, they would have to literally do everything perfect for an AEW sequel game to sell well. They'd have to have some super hot upcoming star in the game, exclusive, like a wrestler that's not in any other promotion, or some killer app, or the best gameplay ever, the greatest creation mode ever. That's a huge task to complete. I mean, it would probably take 5-6 years to complete. So if there ever is an AEW Fight Forever 2, it probably won't be made by Yuke's. It'll probably be made by maybe EA or some other big company. It'd be hilarious if 2K got AEW rights, although would that be a conflict of interest? I don't know. But maybe they'll shop around. I don't think EA would do it because it wouldn't sell the mass numbers that I'm sure EA's internals would want. It kind of leaves it up in the air, like who would take on an AEW only wrestling game. I think the best bet for AEW would be to do collaborations with Ultra Pro Wrestling, have like a AEW DLC pack, right? Promotion pack with wrestlers and stuff like that. Team up with the Wrestling Code. Team up with these games that are already in the works and just have your wrestlers appear in there. Heck, if they could swallow their pride, they could even go to 2K and put their wrestlers in 2K. Not all of them, just like a couple of them, just to get awareness of it out there. I mean, everybody just makes them on the community creations. Anyway, the whole reason I'm making this video is because after Yuke's has made over, according to the SmackDown Hotel, they've made over 34 wrestling games, according to the SmackDown Hotel. And I'll just read the list here, starting from the very first one back on the PS1, according to the SmackDown Hotel, is Power Move Pro Wrestling, The Pro Wrestling, WWF SmackDown 1, WWF Royal Rumble, SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, The Pro Wrestling 2, WWF SmackDown Just Bring It, WWE WrestleMania 18, WWE SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, WrestleMania 19, one of my favorites, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I feel like SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and 19 are tied for my absolute favorite two wrestling games. And I had no idea that Yuke's made both of them back then. I've known it for a while now, ever since I started this channel. Anyway, those are like two of my favorites. And then we continue. Online Pro Wrestling. Day of Reckoning. That was another good one. WWE SmackDown versus Raw. Rumble Roses is one of the best offshoot ones. I really hope that we can get another one of those. That would be awesome. Like another Rumble Roses. I wonder how that would work nowadays. That's another route that they could take. What if Yuke's went to WWE and told them they wanted to make an all-women's wrestling game? Just something different. And use basically Rumble Roses characters versus the WWE. That'd be a great way to reintroduce Rumble Roses and have Rumble Roses versus WWE, and it's just an all-women's roster. That'd be super cool, I think. Anyway, WWE Day of Reckoning 2 onward. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. That's one of my favorites. Wrestling Kingdom. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I loved the locker room thing in this one, and I think this is the first one that introduced the joystick like movement where you can like control or position them when you're wrestling. I thought that was really fun, and then they kind of went away from it and changed it too much to where it is now. I feel like 2007 is one of the best iterations of it. Felt like a true evolution of the formula after so many years. So 2007 is another one of my favorites. And then Wrestle Kingdom 2, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, 2009, WWE Legends of WrestleMania. That was kind of like a third 3D fighting game. It kind of played a lot like the Ultimate Muscle games that didn't release here. So, in fact, I think it kind of just took the gameplay from that. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. And then we're moving on to WWE 12, 13, 2K14. Another, I feel like that was the last like absolute goated wrestling game made by, what is it? That was under the THQ umbrella, right? That's like right before, technically like the same year. And the only difference was that 2K put their name on it. And then 2K15 is where I fell off the franchise because it was so feature incomplete. But I still bought them every year. I just barely touched them. So 2K16, 17, 18, 19, and then AEW Fight Forever. And that is the last wrestling game they made. Man, they've made a lot of wrestling games. And there's some in here that they should bring back. Like Rumble Roses. I would love to get another Day of Reckoning style game. Or WrestleMania. I mean, it kind of became that. But you got to bring the revenge mode back. The revenge mode was awesome. Maybe that's what they were pitching to 2K, and 2K and WWE didn't want that. If that's the case, they're idiots. Because they're... I don't understand. I don't understand. The more the merrier. I think they were too afraid of losing money. Like if one game didn't sell and the other one did, and then you're losing out on funds on one. Or I don't know. You could have pleased all fans by doing that. You could have had an arcade style one, a super simulation style one. You can monetize the living crap out of both of them and make like quadruple the money. Now they're so like spread thin on 2K20, the 2K series. I almost said 2K25, but the 2K series now, because they've added an island mode. There's My Faction. There's Showcase, GM, Universe, just the normal stuff that you have to unlock. There's so many different modes that need to be worked on that I don't think they'll ever have time to do an offshoot wrestling game. Like they'd have to hire a whole nother company to do it. It'd be awesome if they hired back Yuke's. Maybe they've even reached out to Yuke's, and Yuke's is just like, nah, we don't want to be shoehorned into making wrestling games anymore, or just exclusively for WWE. I feel like they just want their creative freedom. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm bummed out that we're probably never going to get another Yuke's wrestling game, but I am happy for them being able to just make cool stuff like this Full Metal Schoolgirl, which I've had playing in the background for probably most of the video. Also, the Double Dragon game that's coming out, I believe, in October. I think both those games come out in October, which is really funny. 2 Yuke's games coming out in October. Anyway, how do you feel about this? Do you think Yuke's is done making wrestling games? Do you want another Yuke's wrestling game? If you could have any entry of the Yuke's games that they've made, so to end the video, would you want another SmackDown versus series or game in the series? Would you want another Day of Reckoning version, the gameplay style? Another Rumble Roses? Or, what's the other one here? I want to say another AEW? Okay, so yeah, so we got the AEW style. We got the SmackDown style. We got the Rumble Roses style and the Day of Reckoning style. Those are the 4. Of those 4, which of those games would you want a sequel to or a remake if they could? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Sorry, this was kind of off the cuff video. I saw this trailer of a new Yuke's game, and it's like, I think they're done. I really hope I'm wrong, because I would love another Yuke's wrestling game. Thanks for watching, and stay frosty.
And his opponent